Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Money Kabbalah.
Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. It's 6:39 a.m. and our next conversation this morning on the Now is focusing on the annual International Finance and Accounting Conference taking place in a few days. Joining us this morning is Desmond Dial. He is the council member and conference chair. Good morning, Desmond, and welcome.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us again, discussing what is definitely going to be another successful conference. But for those who may not be versed in exactly what takes place at ICAT, can you share with us?
Sure. So ICAT is a non-profit organization where we regulate our finance professionals in Trinidad and Tobago. You have to be a registered member of ICAT. It was formed in 1970 by the Act of Parliament. So quite a while we've been around.
And so this year definitely promises to be something that's sensational. The theme is something we have to get into conversation. But before we get into that, what would you say is going to make, I don't want to mispronounce it, so it's IAFAC? AIFAC. What makes AIFAC 2025 different from previous years?
So this year is really more than just about a conference. It's a dialogue with government folks, our leaders, finance professionals in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's just much more than bringing together, a lot of people in the same place.
And this is something that is really important that we highlight, because many times when we hear about something such a conference such as this, we automatically assume that it is only going to be, let's say, for finance and accounting. But a lot of the stakeholders, as you would have mentioned, are coming on board. How do you see this driving, let's say, the future of this conference and also Trinidad and Tobago?
Yep, and given the theme as well, future ready, I think bringing a lot of folks together to understand what they have to do in order to survive their businesses and stuff in the future is very important. We see it as key, so it's not only about the accountants and the folks who do the number crunching. It's people from all different aspects. We have CEOs, CFOs, government ministers, we have policy makers, emerging entrepreneurs, and even finance professionals.
And it's also a great way for everybody to come together and network, from what you've said there as well. But of course, those who are involved in accounting and finance definitely do play a key role. What is the role that's played in sustainable development?
So again, we as accountants, people again see us as crunching the numbers, but when you think about it from a broader aspect, going into the qualification ACCA, it helps you to understand more about business. How you relate to people, decision making, strategy, even we are involved in risk management and stuff.
Yeah. And you've also mentioned, of course, a plethora of stakeholders and attendees who are going to be there. You mentioned the theme, which ideally is transformational, to say the least. What key takeaways are you hoping participants get from this two-day conference, correct?
Yep, two-day conference, yep. Leadership perspective, real-life examples. We'll have a lot of key players in the market taking part, speakers. So networking, as you mentioned before, is very critical. And we'll have real-life examples, people giving their real-life example and how they turn around their business to make it more profitable and stuff.
And of course, one of the things that we also keep in mind with business is not just doing well in this market, but on an international level. How does ICAT ensure that local professionals remain globally competitive?
So we at ICAT, we are really engrossed and tried our best to ensure that our members are kept at the international level. We use international benchmarks, so we adopt IFRS, which is the International Financial Reporting Standards. We also soon would be adopting sustainability standards. So we are on top and on par with the world, I would say.
And I'm sure this, of course, complements that on an annual basis. Are there any partnerships or new initiatives that you're looking forward to coming out of this year's conference?
Yep. Again, we try our best to ensure that we have joint venture relationships with most of, I would say, the tertiary level education schools in Trinidad and Tobago, and continue even internationally. So we are partner with ACCA, some of the other CIMA courses and stuff. So we do try our best to ensure that our members are well equipped.
And of course, in order to be well equipped, one of the things you'll need is having some great sponsors and some, let's say, community on board as well. Are there any particular sponsors coming to the table this year?
Yep. Again, this year we have DeSalcott as our titanium sponsor. We also have some platinum sponsors: CIBC, Ernst & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Gold sponsors: ACCA, AV Knowles and Company, BDO, Deloitte, KPMG, Moore, PKF. Silver sponsors: we have Baker Tilly, Grant Thornton, Republic Bank, TT Mortgage Bank, TSTT, And we also have a bronze sponsor, SN Golden Financial Services Limited. So quite a number of sponsors who see I would say, the benefit of the profession.
And definitely a large amount of sponsors, and also you do have quite a few spots for the conference this year. What is your average estimated attendance?
So average estimated attendance is around 500 people, which is quite large.
Definitely a big feat, to say the least. So I'm sure the entire team has been working quite hard. Before we get into the registration information, can we just go back to the theme for a quick moment? Definitely an interesting theme: future ready, innovation, transformation, and resilience. Why would you say that's particularly relevant in today's market?
In today's market, over the last few years, you see things have been constantly changing. A lot of things have been happening. The war in Ukraine, we had COVID-19. In Jamaica, just recently, our brothers and sisters there, the hurricane affected them very significantly. So a lot of things are happening quickly, and it's to ensure that our professionals, our members, remain agile to adapt to those changes.
Now, can we go through, I mean, we would have mentioned that this is something that is open to those who are within business, who are interested in business, but maybe is there anybody particularly that you're looking for to attend this event to really be a part of the change?
It is, I would say, not only for the accountants, but for everyone who sees it fit to know how to adapt to change in the future. So as I mentioned, we will have CFOs, CEOs, government representatives, policymakers.
Are there any particular, perhaps, key themes or speakers that you're looking forward to hearing on the day?
Sure. I'll give you a few, quite a number. So on day one, our feature address, Transforming Vision into Legacy. We have the founder of Sasha Cosmetics. He's also now the Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism, the Senator, the Honorable Satyakama Maharaj. Another topic on day one would be Reimagine Resilience, and this is presented by Ernst & Young. Finance in the Future, Banking on Change, CIBC. We also have Beyond Technology being presented by Deloitte. The Economics of Trust, a panel led by Panel Foster. And day two, Beyond the Budget, Shaping Trinidad Tobago's Future, the Honorable Davindranath Tanku, Minister of Finance. We also have PwC, our Territory Advisory Leader, Kofi Boxell, leading on a panel, The Future of Growth, Agility and Growth, Public Sector Transformation, and lots more.
Notable speakers, that is for sure. So looking forward to seeing the combination. I mean, you've mentioned government ministers. I know there are some regulators. We also have those C-suite executives coming on board for conversations and really looking at that future-ready leadership and how it's going to be able to transition Trinidad and Tobago. Very exciting. And I know there are those who are watching right now or listening right now and want to know where they can get more information. So how can we get more information?
Sure. So to register, as I mentioned before, it's a 2-day conference. So it's on the 20th and 21st of November. So just in a couple of days' time. To register, you can log on to our website. It's www.icat.org, or contact our secretariat at service@icat.org, or you can call 623-8000. The folks there are very helpful, so please feel free to call in.
And before we wrap, where is this taking place?
Hyatt Regency Conference.
There we go. Had to ask that question. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next year.
Yep, I'm sure.
The annual International Finance and Accounting Conference is taking place right here in Trinidad and Tobago on the 20th to the 21st of November. You can go to all social media and websites to get more information, and also stay tuned because there's more coming up right after this break.